Welcome back to the channel. We're exactly where we were 2 minutes ago, but this time we're going over the 2025 Strong Woman Classic. So, very cool to see the women get the same opportunity as the men, exact same events as the men. Obviously different weights, but same events, same amazing competition. There was 12 women this year competing there, so you know, exact same events as the men. So we'll just dive right into the max deadlift.
The first event.
Elephant bar deadlift. They did this event last year as well, so they kind of knew. Some of them knew where their numbers were. Some were looking to hit some PRs. Some maybe didn't hit some PRs, but still pretty cool event. Excuse me.
As no surprise,
The winner, everyone knew, Lucy Underdown, the deadlift world record holder for the women. She pulled a 307 kilogram deadlift for first place. But she was having issues, like her strap was slipped, and like you only get so many 30 seconds or a minute to actually pull the lift from the time they announce your name.
She kind of gave me heart palpitations.
So she was pulling it like halfway up, it started to like get stuck, and then it started whipping.
Yeah.
But she pulled through, locked it out, first place that event. But a very, very close second was Andrea Thompson.
With 304.
And she hit 304 kilos. So, you know, she's nipping on her heels of, you know, Lucy and potentially setting a world record deadlift pretty soon. She put a heck of a performance there.
Yeah, Andrea did. Andrea is a good deadlifter, though. Like,
but I think maybe a surprise to some people was Jennifer Lyle. She came in, she won the amateur competition last year, so that's how she earned her invite to this show. You know, and she got third place.
Yeah, third. With 295 kilograms.
Yeah, 295 kilos. So big monster pull from her. It's always exciting to see new people come in that you're not, you know, familiar with, and just crush an event like that. So good for her. I think Sam hit a pretty big PR on that bar, so she's happy. I know, you know, at the end of the day, she only gained 2 points for that event, but still for her, it's not about the numbers, it's about getting a PR for herself, and she did, and you could see it, all the emotion that she was really pumped up for that. So.
That was great for Sam. I was really excited to see that for her.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's always cool to see what the women could hit on an implement like that. It's not contested very often.
No. Because
there's only one of those bars in the world, the Elephant Bar. So yeah, pretty cool event. These women are hitting some ridiculous weights. Yeah, I don't even think I could deadlift 300 kilos right now coming off of surgery. So, you know, kudos to all of them. They crushed it on that event.
So moving into the overhead medley, we had who?
Well, it was the same thing. You got to say it was a circus dumbbell, stone, the American oak, and a lighter option. So I think the heavier log is 270 pounds, the lighter option being 220. The winner of this event, which may come surprising to some, they actually tied with, well, three-way tied with 22 points. Was the winner was Angelica Jardine. She's a monster presser. She, pretty much anything she gets, she can press. And I think sometimes she prizes herself that she's getting the lifts, right? Like she's just...
Oh yeah, she's so happy and smiley and like energetic when she comes out, and then you can tell she's just so excited when she gets the lifts. It's great to watch, yeah.
But then, again, these implements were all split time, so even if you got the same amount of reps at the end with the log, it's who did them faster. Yeah. So, you know, Angelica was the fastest with that, and then the second fastest was Andrea Thompson. She's a monster presser as well.
And then the third was Olga.
Third was Olga. Yeah, she did very well too. She's, you know, she's an OG to the Arnold competition. She's done the pro show. She's done the Arnold when it was the Arnold Amateur coming up. So she's one to never rule out for any event really. So it was exciting to see her get, you know, 22 points for that event. And
one person that I'm surprised didn't do better in this event was Inez.
Yeah.
And I was kind of in between working, like getting ready to go to work. So I missed this event during the live stream, but do you know, I don't really know.
Well, on Inez's run, she had the stone And again, it's just such an awkward implement that she was like pressing it. She had all the power to press it, and then it kind of just got off balance a little bit, and it kind of like came down, bunked her in the head a little bit. But she was so fast to re-grip and just, I think, pretty much strict press it up.
So she like almost.
So she just lost a little bit of time there, and then she went and got a rep with the heavier log, and then just didn't get another rep with the bigger log. But she's a world record holder in the log press, so she knows how to press a log. Just sometimes those events don't quite go the way you expect them to, and she still gained 9 points on that event, so that's still a very good result.
So then too, with the lighter athletes, like Mel, Sam, and Aaron, with Sam's pressing,
she passed out. She had the stone
Yeah.
up to her chest, balancing it, and then she started going sideways. You're like, oh god,
man.
and she passed out.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately for Melissa, when she was pressing her
Yeah.
stone, she pressed it and got the down command, and then she missed the pad, so she didn't get credited for that rep. So then she spent the rest of the time limit trying to fight with it and get it, and just ran out of steam. So it's kind of unfortunate that
I was sad.
you get the down command.
Yeah.
You're trying to set this awkward stone down, but not drop it intentionally, but you're trying to land it on there. But that's just how it goes, unfortunately. So some of the women only got, some zeroed the dumbbell. So you look at Lucy, she can deadlift over 300 kilos, but then just, has that weakness of a circus dumbbell. So she didn't get any points in that event. So a lot of points were shaken up there because there was a lot of zeros. Some only 1 point, like 1 point still got Sam 7 points for the event overall because, again, it was split time. She was very fast with dumbbell.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's the queen of dumbbell.
Yeah. Mel was fast too with that one.
And then that brings us into timber carry, where there was some controversy with this event. So, all these athletes are sent a set of rules, and I believe that as an athlete, as a professional athlete, you should read the rules and know what is allowed and what isn't allowed, the standards that they're going to be held to.
James is definitely a rules guy.
Yeah, I read all the rules.
He does.
You have to be if you don't know the rules.
He is very much a rules guy.
Or if it's not in the rules, don't ask it.
Yeah.
But
depending if it doesn't benefit you.
Yeah, if it doesn't benefit me, then I will ask it.
Yeah, then he'll ask
For
it.
sure, 100%.
Yes.
But so the timber carry, there was very fast times put up.
I think the slowest time here was
22.
Well, there was distances, but
there was distances.
The slowest time was Angelica, it seemed.
Yeah, 22.7 seconds to finish it.
Yeah.
It's a very heavy frame, awkward, but what happened is that Rebecca Roberts, she calls it the chop gate, but so she did her run. She put up a very good time. It was very fast.
Yeah.
I think at the time it was either the winning time or top 2, top 3. I forget what it was.
And that was first.
That was her first run.
Yeah.
It was very, very good. And then it was brought to the judges' attentions that she was using liquid chalk.
Yeah.
Now, it may sound silly that she's using liquid chalk. The judges had to come up with a decision. I'm not sure if they had a set of penalties written beforehand, because in the rules it specifically said you are not allowed to use liquid chalk. Now, Rebecca has amazing grip. She's lifted a Thomas Inch dumbbell, so it's not a question if it actually gave her an advantage. It's just the fact that a rule was broken, and what should have happened? Should it have been a 2-second penalty, a 5-second penalty? Ultimately, what happened was the judges let her go again after everyone, which is kind of unfair because she's seen exactly what everyone else did, and they let her go again. And she put up a faster time. She put up a faster time than Inez.
She put up the fastest time on her second go around.
Prior to that, Inez did very, very well. She did it in 8.34 seconds, which is a world record. And then Rebecca got to go again after everybody with just regular chalk. And she improved her time. She got 7.56 seconds. So she got the new world record and the new fastest time with that event. So I think
It is a hard call.
I don't think she did it maliciously.
No.
Whether she just had, everyone uses liquid. Some people use liquid chalk, some people don't.
Yeah.
Does it really help your grip? Probably not.
I don't think it would have with Rebecca.
It's a rule, and like just like any other sport, if you bring a bat that's not allowed in the MLB, you get forfeited for the game. If Tom Brady deflated the circus dumbbell, Tom Brady deflated the football, he was suspended games. So I do think that there should be penalties for people breaking the rules. That's why they're there. Now it's up to the judge to reinforce it and catch it beforehand. That's maybe a little hard to do, but you can tell when someone's using liquid chalk. But
also too, like if a coach or whoever catches somebody cheating, then they should still speak up for their athletes, because at the end of the day, at this level of strongman and strongwoman, a lot of them have this as their livelihood. So it is important that those rules are enforced. And, it's not necessarily the athlete's fault that the judging or whatever, the ultimate decision came down to, well, she's going to do this again, and then she ended up getting a faster time. That's not necessarily Rebecca's fault.
No, any athlete would be crazy not to say, I'll go again.
Especially with a good event.
Especially when you're really good at it. Like, of course you're going to go again.
Yeah.
If you could finish an event under 9 seconds, you're probably going to, improve your time the second time. And, that's what happened with her. So that's kind of the controversy over the timber carry for the women.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is. But just...
I think all said and done, it just happened how it happened, and
I don't think it was malicious at all.
No,
she was used to reading it.
Maybe going forward,
just read the
they
rules.
need to, not even necessarily read the rules. Yes,
but the judge has got to
be doing that.
The judge has got to enforce the rules.
Yes, and have proper penalties.
Yeah.
So
whether that's a time penalty, or a 0, or get to redo the event again, but only keep your original time. Like that's, something to think about for future competitions. Anyways, moving on from the controversy. Day 2 was the big jerk started. Same thing with this one. As the men, there was a pretty heavy favorite for this event, and that being Inez. She's, incredible at this specific movement and any other pressing really. But she smoked 160 kilograms. So she had more in the tank. She was hoping to get pushed to 400 pounds. Who knows how high? Who knows how high she could have went? But at the end of the day, she just did enough to gain as many points as she needed to win that event. 160 kilos. Second place was Olga with 142.5 kilos, which is crazy. That's almost 330 pounds. That's a lot of weight.
What did you think of some of the calls, down commands for this event?
I think they're pretty strict. They're pretty consistent. Unfortunately for Sam.
Yeah.
Where is it right here?
Yeah, Sam.
She got 135 kilos, but I think she was capable of more. Just one of her reps, she locked out, got the down command, and she kind of lost balance, and the bar went behind her back. And you couldn't. I believe she had more attempts left, but you just couldn't continue on in the competition. That's the rule that they had. So.
And same with Melissa. I think Melissa had that happen as well.
Melissa hit
where she couldn't continue because it fell off. Did it not?
I can't remember what happened with Melissa. I don't think so. I think she just hit her limit, but still pretty impressive weights that these women are putting over their head.
Correct us if we're wrong, because I'm not entirely certain. But
yeah, you were kind of.
I was in and out because I was at work during this time.
But still, 160 kilogram overhead split jerk, flawless technique, very. That's what we predicted for Inez with.
Oh, and a good person to watch too for this event was Andrea. She just went out there and just strict pressed it. She just went out there, yep, had a great time. That was so great watching that.
Yeah, there was a 4-way tie with 135 kilos, and Andrea was one of them.
Just strict pressed it.
Her dip and drive was dip, drive, strict press. So very strong shoulders on that woman. Mm-hmm. It is entertaining, for sure.
All right. Moving on to the next event, we had the carry and drag.
Same thing as the men. 2 wooden logs onto a wooden frame, sled, drag it back. The lighter athletes definitely were at a disadvantage with this. Just same as the men, body weight. Mass moves mass, and like the little, I call them little athletes, but the weight class athletes.
I wouldn't necessarily say.
Okay, they're not weight. They're just smaller in comparison to the bigger girls in the competition. But like Nadia, she loaded them both and then moved the sled almost 4 meters, and then
with her Achilles injury.
Yeah, she had an Achilles injury.
From
Melissa, she definitely left a lot of weight compared to some of the other women, but she finished it. She, took 58 seconds, but
I was cheering so loud for Melissa. I was like, let's go.
She slipped too, but
yeah,
she pushed through, finished the event, but the obvious winner for that event was Rebecca Roberts. Again, she's got the height, she's got the stride, she's got the weight, she got the grip, just lean back and just keep driving your legs. My quads were pumped just watching that event. It was just terrible. It would be terrible to do. I would not want to do it.
Somebody that did very well in this event was Sam.
Yeah, Sam actually did
Sam
really good.
went out and crushed it.
She got 9 points.
She was wicked.
She put in 37 seconds, so she was fast on the transitions.
Yeah.
Fast, once she got the sled moving, she didn't slow down. She just kept a nice, smooth pace the whole time. Was strong.
She was like that at OSG though as well. When we all.
She won that event. She won that.
Yeah, like she was
loading drag. Yeah, so
she's great.
Good event for her.
Too. And being a lighter athlete, sometimes like I get mass moves mass, but sometimes too, being in that happy medium.
Yeah.
It's good for your conditioning, right?
Yeah.
So maybe some of the bigger athletes too didn't have their conditioning as well, but they had the mass
the weight
to
to
move that. Yep. Yeah. So I liked that event for the women. I thought that was a fun event to watch.
Yeah.
So, anyways, just had to shout Sam out there too because I was really impressed. All right.
The last event for the women was also the stone to shoulder. They had the option of, I believe it was a 300-pound stone and a 250-pound stone. There was quite a few zeros with this event.
Yeah,
there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. So 50% of the athletes zeroed. So it's that's kind of unfortunate. But sixth event of a brutally heavy competition. Their bodies would be banged up, battered, and just an event like that, you're fighting every ounce of your body not to just pass out. Again, I think Sam shouldered it like 3 or 4 times and just got it up, lost balance, and it fell behind, or then it would fall forward, and so close, but just couldn't quite get it to land on the pad or get it balanced enough to get a down command. So very, very tough competition, or very tough event for the women to finish on, but.
So Mel actually got a rep with the lighter stone.
Mel got 2 reps with the lighter stone, so she got 2 points. She got 8.5 points for getting 2 reps with the small stone. I say small, but it's still 250 pounds.
Yeah.
And
yikes.
Mel's not a very big woman, so
no.
She had good technique, got it right up there. But there was a tied for first with Olga and Angelica. They got 2 reps with the bigger stones, and that's a big stone. Like it's a big stone for them to get up their body and get into their shoulder. It's such an awkward event. I don't want to do it, but yeah, they got 2 reps with the bigger one. Inez, she got 1 rep. She only needed 1 rep to win.
Yeah.
But she went out and she tried to give one more rep to the crowd And it's kind of funny because when you're watching the replay, you can see her coach in the back cheering, like, come on, get the second. And then she was going, and it was just going slow. And then it kind of went off. And then her coach is like, no, we're done.
Yeah, no
We're
more
done. So,
and she just looked at she's
like, yeah, you know,
okay.
like, okay. That's probably for the best interest to just stop there. So she, you know, at the end of the day, she only needed that one rep to win. So.
And she did it.
She did, yeah.
I was so proud of Inez, seeing her demeanor, like, just throughout this competition.
You know,
it was definitely a different Inez this year. So
coming from last year where she had that accident on the timber carry, she went out and destroyed it this year. And she
also had a lot of stress, too, before going to the Arnold last year.
But she's coming up. She came off the Rogue, winning the Rogue.
Yeah.
Had that momentum rolling forward into the Arnold Classic. And she won with 60.5 points. Olga was 56.5. Third was Angelica with 50. Fourth, Andrea with 41.5. Yeah. Rebecca Roberts, 40.5. Lucy, 36. Jennifer Lau in her debut, 7th place with 35. Mel, highest place in Canadian with 30.5 points. Sam, 28.5. Those two are like always so close to one another. And sometimes it's one way or the other, but very good representation for Canada. They put on a heck of a show, considered they're some of the smaller athletes on that field. You know, they held their own, so it was awesome to see them. 10th place was Erin Murray, 23.5. Nadia Stowers, 23. Gabby Dixon, 15.5. So, you know, heavy competition for the women, but, you know, they put on one heck of a show. Probably more entertaining to watch than the men, because you didn't know what was going to happen on each event.
There was more of a shakeup, I feel, with the women. But the men were still obviously great to watch as well. But I will say, like, it was exciting watching both.
There's a little bit more pressure. There's a little bit more pressure too when, you know, some of the people start zeroing, and it happened more for the women.
Yes.
And then it's like, there's a lot of zeros here. So if I can even get one implement in a medley or one rep to shoulder, that's a lot of points.
Yeah.
So they definitely had a little bit more pressure on them, but they went out
and they put on a show.
I forget what my prediction was, but I had Inez winning.
Yes, I think we both.
I don't think I had Olga second. I think I had Angelica second.
Yeah, I think I did too.
And then I think I had Olga and Angelica switched.
Yeah.
But still, you know, that's a heck of a podium. Angelica won it last year. So to be on the podium again.
In her rookie year,
last year, so
she really came out and she shined. So that was great to see. And Angelica is such a down-to-earth person too. She's chill. So nice at the shot. Oh, we had so much fun.
and with that event, just on the shoulder, Angelica got her rep, and she literally had to like shot put it onto the mat because she stepped so far back. She was probably 5 feet away from the mat. They got the down command, so she's like running and trying to shot put it onto the mat. So it was cool to watch. Yeah.
So I think too, with this breakdown of how everything played out, definitely the women that were would be considered the open women, like weight class wise, and then the lighter women, you know, the open women podiumed and were higher than the lighter women, which I think we did expect to happen, just
especially at the Arnold. It's just such a heavy show.
It is, yes.
That the body weight does play in a factor in some events, and
not taking away from anything.
No,
it's just
for sure.
something.
Certainly not.
It's just something that I noticed too, especially with these women here. So
yeah, that wraps up 2025 Arnold Strongman Classic for the women. Excited to see what's next for some of these women. Some have maybe North America's Strongest Woman. They have America's Strongest Woman, Strongest Woman in Canada. So it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe some of them do OSG.
Yeah.
It's always exciting to see who comes to the Arnold, and maybe we'll be there next year. I'm planning on it. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Write down in the comments what your prediction was for the podium and how close were you guys? Because
And how we did, because I don't know, we just really threw this video together.
we tried. Yeah, I'm just on the tail end of my recovery, so we're like training now, back to training, and to start doing some content again, prepping for my next competition. So you're gonna have to tune in to see what that actually is. And until then, let's keep this train rolling.